Career change from teaching to engineering? I'm in my early 30s and have been a high school French teacher for 8 years. I have a degree in French and psychology. I was either going to go into engineering or teaching. Now, I feel like I picked the wrong one. Family's getting more expensive every time my wife has another kid. You are having another kid too, not just your wife, buddy. Need a job that actually pays. Long and short, does anyone know of any flexible, accredited online engineering programs that don't cost an arm and a leg? I need to continue working full-time while I chip away at it. I've seen one at Boston University for people with any type of bachelor's to get a master's in engineering in as little as 18 months, but it doesn't seem to be accredited and costs a cool $81,000. Any insight would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, so I would definitely... I don't think that you're going to have the background necessary to get a master's in engineering. I think that any program that tells you that you can, I think you need to run away from as quickly as possible, especially this one at Boston University that costs an arm and a leg. I think you'd actually be better off getting a bachelor's degree in engineering or potentially actually going on the side and getting your associates, and I know this sounds crazy, but get your associates in drafting or design. I don't know what they're, AAS or, and then you can actually work as a drafter or a designer underneath an engineer at an engineering company. And then you can find one of those companies that will actually pay for your engineering degree, and they'll encourage you to get that engineering degree and provide a better work-life balance for you whenever you're pursuing that. And that will kind of alleviate some of the costs of you getting an engineering degree. Now, that may take longer, but it might be the more affordable way. You'd have to kind of run the numbers and look at how affordable that is. But, I think it would be a lot quicker and a lot easier for you to get that associates in a drafting program, so that way you could start working underneath an engineer and work your way up as a designer, and then into get your engineering degree, and then you can become an engineer. Then there's also the online programs. Again, I would stray away from a master's. I don't think you're going to have the background and coursework necessary to be successful in an engineering master's program. There's a lot of math and a lot of just basic, like fluid dynamics or heat transfer electronics or all these different concepts that, depending on what specialty of engineering you want to get your master's in, that you're just going to be expected to know. So I would just get it. If you wanted to get a bachelor's, I'd find like a local commuter college near you. Maybe start taking night classes, and during the summer you ramp up your studies and you take more classes during the summer. And then within 3 or 4 years, then you're able to knock out that engineering degree. And if you don't have a commuter state school near you, then I am sure that there are online engineering institutions, but I would not look for master's programs. I'd look for undergraduate programs. And the other thing is you might actually, depending on how long you've been teaching and depending on the teacher's salaries where you are, you might be taking a pay cut when you first work as an engineer, because you will go in as an entry-level engineer. I don't see a reality where you don't. So, be prepared for that and really try to understand what the trajectory is for that, because it's not jump in. I've been a teacher. I'm in my 30s and now I'm able to get a master's and be like a lead engineer. It's just not the case. So again, I would recommend either looking at an online program and doing an online bachelor's. You can definitely get most of the way there for a really good education online. I mean, if Columbia University offers a master's in electrical engineering that my friend Nod got, then I'm sure that other institutions are able to offer similar undergraduate engineering programs online. So I would just look for an online program, stop reaching for a master's, look for an undergrad program, and just kind of do some research on the numbers to make sure that you're getting the true investment out of it that you're expecting. But I think it's great that you want to be an engineer, and I think that you can be very successful doing that. So, all right. Well, if you can hear my background noise, you hear the dogs are barking, and that's not just my feet I'm talking about my actual dogs. So I'm going to sign off with this episode. I'm going to get it edited and posted up as fast as possible, but thanks for listening to this episode of the Engineering Success Podcast. Rate me 5 stars on all your podcasting platforms. Give me positive reviews. Make sure to subscribe. Consider donating, and I will see you in the next episode.
I'm not complaining. My thoughts get complicated. I cannot explain in lameness. Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries. Thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify. They put me on the station.